Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled To Tread Upon. Lord, will you are edified. Psalm 110 and verse 1. The Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord Yahushua, sit you at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool. Let's focus on footstool according to the Hebrew. Strong's H 1916 pronounced as ha-dam, which means stool, footstool. According to Strong's definitions, to stamp upon. Let's focus on stamp. Source, New Oxford American Dictionary. Stamp, trample, stomp, according to the thesauruses, or thesaurus, Salakia, thesaurus. Now, it's a key word that I discovered through the Spirit. There you go. All right, stamp from a verb sense. Stamp on, trample, step, tread, tramp, crush, squash, flatten. So when you think about something being stamped on, or treaded, or tramped, or crushed, or flattened, or squash, you think about grapes, right? Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is it that come from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Now this is referring to Yahushua coming from America, right? Because Basra is a representation of America, and Yahushua is leading the heavenly host in and out of America. And they will be inside of chariots. Just to prove that, Revelation 1:7, behold, he, referring to Yahushua, come with clouds, referring to the chariots. And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Tawab. Now let's go back to the focal point for the lesson, Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is it that come from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the winefat. Now this is symbolic talk of the bloodshed Yahushua will do once he comes back inside of that heavenly chariot, as well as the other angels. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the winefat. Let's keep going. Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress along the people, all right, the non-elect, and these other nations, beginning with Esau, Edom. I have trodden the winepress along these people, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Right? Let's focus on treadeth, back in Isaiah 63 and verse 2. Strong's H 1869, pronounced as darak, which means to tread, bend, lead, march. Let's go to the lexicon. Now look at this. Figurative of judgment, right? Tread down, of treading down enemy in battle. Then you have a key point, Judges 20 and 43. Months of giving security and triumph, right? So all of this goes into treadeth. I have trodden down the winepress alone. So when you think about stamping on or crushing grapes and things of that nature, you have to take off your shoes and your socks, and you're just smashing these grapes. And of course, that grape juice goes everywhere. And this is symbolic talk, because Yahweh Shah will be inside of that heavenly chariot. All right, so no blood will spill upon him. It's just symbolic of how messy it's going to be once he starts doing this thing. But the key point, when we think about that scripture back in Psalm 110 and verse 1, the Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord Yahweh Shah, sit you at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. And what do you do on a footstool? You stamp on it. You put your feet on it. You know? Going into that symbolic meaning, how Yahweh Shah is going to spill a lot of blood once he gets back here. For people that have not kept the law, statutes, and the commandments to the best of their abilities, led by their faith in Yahweh Shah, referring to the non-elect of Israel, for Esau leading these countries to sin and to believe and worship Satan, knowingly or unknowingly, because even these other countries, gods and things of that matter, all right, it has nothing to do with Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shah. And that's another reason why Yahweh Shah is coming, to bring that judgment as well as salvation. Isaiah 63 and verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone. A lot of people are going to die because of judgment. And of the people there was none with me, for I would tread them in mine anger. And Yahweh Shah is furious. And trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.